The Big Brain Book, an alphabetical guide to knowledge.
Religion. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who abuse you. Jesus Christ. Religion can be many things to many different people. A belief system with ancient traditions and customs for some. Maybe simply connecting to the natural world for others. Both seeking answers to questions that may never be or can't be answered. The opposing ideas and philosophies that religions offer often clash with each other. But in their own unique way, they have similarities that connect people in more ways than it seems. A. Amish. The Amish have their roots in the early Anabaptist movement in Europe, which took place at the time of the Reformation. The Anabaptists believed that only adults who had confessed their faith should be baptized and should remain separate from the larger society. Many early Anabaptists were put to death as heretics by both Catholics and Protestants, and many others fled to the mountains of Switzerland and southern Germany. Here began the Amish tradition of farming and holding worship services in homes rather than churches. B. Bodhisattva. A bodhisattva is a Buddhist deity who has attained the highest level of personal enlightenment. The word is from the Sanskrit root bodhi, meaning awakening, and sattva, meaning being. The core meaning is a being who is on the way to becoming enlightened. Renouncing their own salvation and immediate entrance into paradise, they devote all their power and energy to saving suffering beings in this world. As the deity of compassion, bodhisattvas are typically represented with precious jewelry, elegant garments, and graceful postures. C. Catholicism. The Catholic religion was established in the Mediterranean region during the 1st century by a small group of Jewish men and women, one of several sects that were intent on reforming the Jewish faith. The word Catholic, which means embracing or universal, was first used to refer to the early Christian church by a bishop in the 1st century. Through sacraments and prayer, the Catholic religion brings the divine to the common man through priests, who are considered mediators to God. D. Demon. A superhuman being between humans and gods, which can have benevolent or malevolent intentions based on the religious tradition. In Christianity, they are fallen angels who are serving Satan and are considered evil. In Buddhist writings, the demon Mara is portrayed as a trickster demon involved in many battles. 88. Evangelist. An evangelist is a person who seeks to convert others to the Christian faith, especially by public preaching. Evangelists have played an important role in shaping religion and culture. F. 5 Pillars of Islam. The 5 essential practices of modern Islam. These include the Shahada, faith in Allah, Salat. Muslims are always expected to pray while facing the holy city of Mecca. Zakat, paying a yearly tax to the poor. Saum, fasting during the month of Ramadan. And Hajj. At least once in their life, they must make a pilgrimage to the holy site in Mecca. The observance of these pillars differs between Sunni and Shiite Muslim traditions. Sunnis don't believe their Muslim leaders should be related to the Prophet Muhammad, while the Shiites do. G. Goddess. Goddesses have been worshipped by ancient civilizations and modern cultures around the world. Isis is the Egyptian goddess of law, healing, motherhood, and fertility. Pele is the powerful Hawaiian goddess of fire. Danu is the Irish goddess of the earth. White buffalo calf woman is the giver of the Chanupa for the Lakota First Peoples of North America. Chanupa is the name for the sacred ceremonial pipe and the ceremony in which it is used. It takes the prayers, the cries, and the breath of the invisible to the Creator via the smoke. 8. Hinduism. In Hinduism, there is a belief in chakras, or focal points of energy, in our bodies. Of the chakras, the Ajna chakra, known as the third eye, rests between our two eyebrows. It is in reverence to this chakra that Hindu women apply a red dot, called the chandlo. Hindus believe that everyone and everything is a creation of God, and this divine presence is residing within each of our souls. The chandlo is a reminder of the divine presence inside us, who silently sees, hears, and guides us to bring balance to our daily life. Idolatry. Idolatry is worshiping something or someone other than the one true God. The Jewish religion considers it one of the worst sins a person could commit. In other world religions, such as Hinduism, idolatry is at the core of their beliefs, with dozens of gods being worshipped on a daily basis, including Rama and the pot-bellied elephant god Ganesha, who is the lord of success, knowledge, and wealth. Jesus. Also referred to as Jesus Christ or Jesus of Nazareth, Jesus was a first-century Jewish preacher and religious leader. He is the central figure of the Christian religion. The Gregorian calendar we use today was first used in 1582 and is based off his birth, BC 1, and death, AD 1. Kosher. Kosher is a term used to describe food and dietary practices that conform to Jewish dietary laws, known as kashrut. These laws are outlined in the Torah and are mainly followed by the Jewish people. The word kosher itself means fit or proper in Hebrew. Kosher certification is a very complex system of verification and labeling, which was originally created for spiritual purposes. Over the years, it's evolved into a helpful guide for people who follow special diets. Los Posados. Las Posadas is a Christmas tradition in Mexican cities and towns. The people celebrate the journey that Joseph and Mary made on their way from Nazareth to Bethlehem. They were searching for a posada, which means inn or lodging, where Mary could give birth to baby Jesus. During the festival, a child dresses as an angel and leads a procession through the streets. After the service, the children break open piñatas filled with candy and toys. The piñatas are usually in the shape of a star, which guided the three wise men to the newborn baby. The traditional shape of the piñata evolved into a 7-pointed star, with each spike representing one of the 7 deadly sins. Muhammad was an Arab leader and the founder of the Islam religion. Muhammad was born in the year 570 in a town called Mecca, which is located in western Saudi Arabia. He received Allah's message after fasting and meditating in a cave outside of Mecca. He took these words from God to the people and started preaching the messages he was receiving. He was persecuted for this in the beginning, but endured until his death in the year 632. By then, he had converted thousands to the Islam religion, whose followers continue to practice it today. Native American Church. The Native American Church teaches a combination of Christianity and traditional Native American beliefs. Its practices can vary significantly from tribe to tribe, as indigenous practices vary across the Americas. Followers of the Native American Church are monotheists, believing in a supreme being commonly addressed as the Great Spirit. Occultism. The word occult means hidden or secret. Devotees of occultism seek to explore spiritual mysteries through what they regard as higher powers of the mind. Theories, practices, and rituals are based on knowledge of the world of spirits and unknown forces. A wide range of beliefs and practices includes astrology, alchemy, divination, magic, witchcraft, and sorcery. Passover. The Jewish holiday of Passover is celebrated in early spring. According to the Bible, during the 10th and final plague in the book of Exodus, the Egyptian pharaoh, Ramesses II, refuses to release the Hebrew slaves as Moses commands. God then passes through the land of Egypt and strikes down the firstborn son of every household. Hebrew slaves were forewarned to mark their doors with the blood of a lamb they've sacrificed, and so God passes over their homes. After Pharaoh's son dies during God's last plague, he finally releases the Hebrew slaves. The slaves leave the city so quickly that their bread does not have time to rise, and the custom of eating unleavened bread during the week of Passover continues to this day. Q. Quran. The Quran is the Islamic sacred book, believed to be the word of God as dictated to Muhammad by the Archangel Gabriel and written down in Arabic. Muslims believe the Quran contains truth and daily guidance for all humans. The creation of life and the importance of the worship of God are included in the Quran. R. Reincarnation. Reincarnation is a belief that a person's soul is reborn into another body after physical death. That body might be human, but it also could be an animal or even a plant. This belief is common in many Asian and some Native American cultures. According to Hinduism and Buddhism, reincarnation into the next life would be determined by that person's previous actions. This is known as karma, and it can follow a person into the next life, causing bad or good luck. S. Satanism. Satanism is the worship of Satan, who is also known as Old Scratch, the Devil, and Abaddon. Satanism should not be confused with neo-paganism or with occultism because Satanists, in some sense, honor the biblical interpretation of Satan, but choose to respect him instead of speak ill of him. T. Turban. A turban is essential headwear for a Sikh, inherent to both traditional and modern-day Sikh faith and identity. The turban protects a Sikh's long, uncut hair. It prevents tangling and also protects from pollutants. Turban is a generic English word used for the different types or specific styles of Sikh head coverings such as rumal, pakta, keski, dastar, and safa. U. United Methodist Church. With origins dating to the Anglican Church in 18th century England, Methodism was brought to America by John Wesley. He was looking to reform the Anglican Church of England at that time. They earned the name Methodist from living under strict lifestyle guidelines. They took communion on a weekly basis, visited the elderly and poor, and participated in fasting. John Wesley fasted from Thursday until Sunday morning to show God he was a penitent man and asked for forgiveness. Catholics also practice a similar ritual of fasting during the season of Lent. V. Voodoo. Voodoo, a religion primarily practiced in Haiti, is actually a combination of two religions. It is a ritualistic blend of West African Vodun and Catholicism. The core and basic beliefs of voodoo involve spirits that are said to exist throughout all the natural world, moving among the living. The Loa, a spirit in the voodoo religion, acts as an intermediary between humans and the supreme god. W. Wicca. Wicca is an earth-centered religion with roots dating back to our shamanic tribal ancestors. Followers are called Wiccans. They honor the beautiful and inspiring powers of nature through holidays that are focused on the position of the sun. In Wiccan beliefs, the Green Man, who is known as the spirit of the forest, was symbolized as a horned god that renewed the forest through life and death. X. Malcolm X. Malcolm X was an active and controversial minister and spokesman for the Nation of Islam from the mid-1950s until 1964. He brought national attention to his religious group, the Organization of Afro-American Unity, OAAU. They focused on the problems facing Black Americans. Why? Yoga. Yoga has strong ties to Hinduism, but is not a religion itself. Instead, it is more of a practice with a spiritual dimension. Yogis, a term for those who practice yoga, believe a third eye energy is located between your eyebrows. It can be opened by activating the pineal gland through practices such as yoga and meditation. Originating thousands of years ago in India, yoga is a lifestyle that brings together body and mind. Z. Tsukedo. A tsukedo is a skull cap, sometimes worn by Roman Catholic prelates in colors that vary according to the rank of the wearer. A prelate is a member of the clergy that has a higher authority over others in the church. The color of the tsukedo in Catholicism denotes the office held by the wearer. The Pope's tsukedo is white. Those worn by cardinals are scarlet. Those of archbishops, bishops, territorial abbots, and territorial prelates are amaranth. Non-territorial abbots, priests, and deacons wear black.